Greetings. This is Howard, and I am presenting a presentation on how to make connections when teaching grammar for students of all ages. So when you teach grammar, it is important that you need to make connections with the students' everyday experiences. So what is grammar? Grammar is the rules of language. It doesn't matter what language a person is speaking. It can be Spanish, Vietnamese, Chinese, Japanese, Australian English, or another language. Grammar is how the words, the structures, and the patterns are glued together to make sense. So grammar is the rules of language. It is how a language works. So why do students need to learn grammar? Students can communicate and share information effectively, solve problems, build foundation for oral and written expressions, foster confidence, prepare for career development, learn other languages, and increase awareness. So why do teachers need to make connections with everyday life when teaching grammar? When teachers do that, it can keep students engaged, help students understand the context, personalizing learning with everyday experiences, allowing students to have fun while learning, improving communicative purposes, helping students to have more successes, connecting learning with rigor and relationship. So how do teachers make connections with everyday life or experiences when teaching grammar? Using dialogues with students. I personally do this with my student every day. So for example, I am teaching the verb to be in the tense of is, present, or past, was, or future will be. If I just present the rules of the English grammar without allowing the students to have dialogues, to have conversation, I cannot help them to make the connection. So I try to present dialogues, conversational practices in different situations. I provide different scenario. For example, I can help them have a conversation about going to the doctor using the verb to be, or asking questions at the airport. So using dialogues is very important and critical in helping students to see the connection when they learn. Teaching through context. integrating everyday experiences with the lessons, modeling, engaging students with field experiences and speakers, integrating interdisciplinary learning and teaching, simulate real-world experience with the lessons. So when teachers use dialogue, they help students to become more engaged, more reflective, because the students exchange ideas on various topics, issues, practices, and concern. So when we don't have dialogues, the student and the teacher talk, they just check into what word share with them. They don't question about what must be and what must not be. So dialogues help the student to communicate, helps the student with communicative purposes, help the student to feel confident. So there are many positive aspects of using dialogues. Teaching through context allows students to transfer new knowledge and understanding in new situations. So when we're teaching grammar, we allow the student to learn about the context, about why they are learning the verb to be. Why are they learning the past tense versus the present tense? When the student can answer why, they understand the lesson. They can use the lesson and transfer into new situation. Connecting everyday experiences with grammar teaching and learning makes learning fun, engaging, and meaningful. So when I teach reading, writing, and vocabulary class, I tend to connect with grammar. And in doing so, I try to put their experiences in the lesson. I use what they do every day with the lesson that I'm teaching. For example, John is a construction worker. So I use his experience with the terms related to whatever he is doing every day with construction, integrate with grammar concepts. So when the students see that experience, they connect. They see the relationship. They see the rigor. They see the relationship, rigor relationship. And they have fun. They see meaning in their learning. Modeling. Many times when teachers teach grammar, they go through the text, they read the rules from the text without modeling the students. Students need to see models. Modeling helps students to paint visual images of the successful outcomes. Bringing field experiences with learning helps students to gain better understanding of what they learn around them. So I tend to provide few experiences with learning. When I do that, the student use dialogue, the student use context, the student connect with everyday experiences in everything that they do to understand what's going on. Interdisciplinary learning. So when you teach grammar, When teachers teach grammar, they tend to teach in isolation. Why not bring in social study? Why not bring in science, history, mathematics, other subject matters, medical fields, technology into grammar? So the students not only learn about grammar, but learning about different concepts, different subjects as well at the same time. In doing so, we have the student to become more global, more competitive, more competent, and be able to solve problems. Simulating helps students to apply what they learn in new situations. So how do the student know what to do? You simulate, provide simulating experiences, similar to astronaut, similar to pilot. They cannot fly an airplane when they do not have opportunity to simulate what they learn. They simulate first to see the experience. Then they practice. It's the same thing that teachers have to teach. So traditionally, teachers take classes and then they have to do field experiences. They have to do student teaching. That's simulating. So when we can provide these experiences for students to learn grammar, they can thrive, they can apply what they learn, and they feel happy about learning. So these are some of the references I use with my quote for these slices. So if you have any question about this presentation on um, making connections when teaching grammar, feel free to email me at teachmemister@yahoo.com. Thank you for viewing. See you next time.